Students, welcome to steam turbine class. In the last lecture, we have learned about the impulse turbine, the velocity diagram, the efficiency, and we have derived the efficiency. So now we are going to learn about the compounding of steam turbine. What is compounding? What kind of compounding is there in the steam turbine? So let's start. The compounding, that is one row of nozzles is followed by one row of blades, is called the staging of turbine. If the steam is allowed to expand from the boiler conditions down to condenser vacuum in a single row of nozzles, due to a large enthalpy drop, the velocity at the exit of nozzles is very large. Since we know that the relation blade velocity by nozzle by the steam inlet velocity is equals to cos alpha by 2 cos alpha by 2. We know that the blade velocity Vb also becomes very large. Okay, and again we know that the value Vb is equals to pi dm into n by 60. Therefore, if dm is fixed, dm is the mean dia, is fixed at some economic value, the n, the speed, the rpm n becomes very large. Thus, the single stage impulse turbine, also called D-levels turbine, have inherently high rotative speed. Okay, so if n is fixed, the diameter of the wheel becomes too large. So moreover, with a single stage, the velocity of steam at exit is sufficiently high, and there is considerable loss of kinetic energy with exit steam. To obviate these difficulties, the turbines are compounded or staged. Okay, so where the steam is instead of expanding in a single stage, it's made to expand in a number of stages, where by the turbine speed is reduced while the securing the same enthalpy drop of turbine. And basically there are two turbines of there are two ways of compounding of steam turbines. Number one is pressure compounding, and number two is velocity compounding. So pressure compounding is called Ratu staging, and velocity compounding is called the Kurti staging. Okay, so let's see what is pressure compounding. So what is pressure compounding or Ratu staging? The pressure compounding or Ratu staging corresponding to putting a number of simple impulse stages in series. The total enthalpy drop is divided equally among the stages, which is shown in this figure, that is enthalpy versus entropy figure. Okay, and the pressure drops only in enthalpy, the pressure drop only in nozzles. Okay, that is shown in figure, this figure. This one is nozzle, this is the moving blade, again the nozzle and moving blade, these are the staging. Okay, in this figure two staging are shown in this figure. So one staging is correspond to one nozzle with one moving blade. The second stage is one nozzle then another moving blade. So here you can see the pressure drop is the pressure is dropping in the nozzle, and then in during the moving blade portion the pressure is constant, then again in nozzle it's again dropping, and again the pressure value is become constant in the moving blade. But in case of velocity, the velocity is increases in the nozzle and decreases in while in the moving blade. The velocity decreases in the moving blade, then again in the nozzle the velocity again increases, then again it decreases in the moving blade. Okay, so there is no pressure drop while the steam flows through the blades. Okay, which is the ideal condition. Okay, the theoretically the kinetic energy of steam increases in the nozzles at the expense of pressure drop, and it is absorbed partially by the blade in each stage in producing the torque. In the total isentropic enthalpy drop of steam, that is in case of fourth stage, for fourth stage, suppose the inlet enthalpy is H0 and outlet enthalpy is, this is inlet enthalpy, and outlet enthalpy is H4. Okay, so the enthalpy drop, the total enthalpy drop, that is H0 minus H4, is divided equally among the four stages in the turbine. So in molecular diagram, in the molar diagram, the enthalpy drop is equals to, we can write the enthalpy drop is written as H0 minus H4 by 4. Okay, so this is the enthalpy drop. And that means in each case the enthalpy drop is equals to, in each case the enthalpy drop for fourth stage, in each stage the enthalpy drop is equals to, that is H1 minus H0 for first stage, for second stage, for first stage H0 minus H1, for second stage H1 minus H2, and similarly for third stage H2 minus H3, and for fourth stage H3 minus H4. Okay, these are the enthalpy drops, okay, in fourth stage, and that is equals to H0 minus H4. Now the interstage pressures are noted from the diagram, that are the as shown in this figure, that is P1, P2. If there is another stage, that will be P3, and so on. The pressure at first stage is P1 in the pressure, after the second stage is P2, and so on. So the velocity of steam at the exit from the first row of nozzle, velocity of steam at exit from the first row of nozzle, that is, we know that is V1. The value of V1 is equals to 44.72 into H0 minus H1 to the power half, or root over this thing. Okay, so we can write, that is 44.72 into H0 minus H4 by 4 to the power half. Okay, because we know that each staging enthalpy drop is equals to H0 minus H4 by 4. So similarly we can write the 44.72 by 2 into H0 minus H4 to the power half. Okay, this is the velocity of steam at exit from the first nozzle. So but if the kinetic energy of steam at inlet to each subsequent row of nozzle is small and neglected, then the velocity of steam leaving the nozzles in each row will be the same as given in this equation. Okay, and for fourth stage turbine, the jet velocity would have been, that is V1 equals to 44.72, that means that will be equals to this 44.72 into H0 minus H4 to the power half. Okay, this. Okay, therefore for four stage turbine, the velocity of steam leaving the nozzles in each stage is half of that of the, for a single stage turbine, that of half of that of for the single stage turbine. For 9 stage turbine it will be 1/3. Okay, For 4 stage this will be half. For 9 stage turbine it will be 1/3. So for each impulse staging operating at its maximum blading efficiency, the blade velocity is given by, if it's operates in maximum blading efficiency, the blade velocity will be given by Vb equals to cos alpha by 2 into V1. Okay, therefore along with this V1 V2 also gets halved for a 4 stage turbine, and for a given dm, the mean dia, the speed capital N gets halved for or for a given n or dm gets halved. Okay, so with more stages the n or dm would be further decreased. Therefore if there are n stages in series in turbine, the isentropic enthalpy drop per stage will be we can write, that is del H stage, that is enthalpy drop in each stage, that is equals to the total enthalpy by the number of stage, that is n. Okay, so now for an impulse stage we can write, that is V1 is equals to 44.72 into delta H stage to the power half. We can written the velocity of steam, the exit velocity of steam from nozzle, this equals to 44.72 into delta H, the enthalpy drop per stage enthalpy drop to the power half. We can written in this fashion. Okay, so and we know that that is equals to 2 into Vb by cos alpha. Okay, 2 into Vb, sorry, once again, 2 into Vb by cos alpha. We know this thing, this is a relation of V1 Vb and cos alpha. We have written this thing in several times. So the stage enthalpy value becomes that is 2 into Vb by 44.72 cos alpha, 2 into Vb by 44.72 cos alpha square. So stage enthalpy drop del H stage we can written as, that is 2 Vb by 44.72 cos alpha whole square. Okay, or we can write 4 into Vb square by 44.72 cos alpha whole square. Okay, this thing. So the number of stage, that is equals to, we have already found this thing. So the number of stage is equals to del H enthalpy drop, total enthalpy drop by stage enthalpy drop. So this is the number of stage. This comes from the earlier equations. Okay. Now the velocity compounding and the Kurtis staging. So in velocity compounding or Kurtis staging, all pressure drop and hence the enthalpy drop of steam takes place in a single row of nozzle, and the resultant kinetic energy of steam is absorbed by the wheel in a number of rows of moving blades with guide blades in between two such rows. Okay, as shown in this figure. So the steam expands in a single row of nozzle from P0 to P1 with a velocity increases from V0 to V1. Okay, velocity increases. the pressure P1 remains essentially constant thereafter. So the P1 is essentially constant. Okay, this is the nozzle, this one is the moving blade, this one is the stationary blade. These are not the nozzles, these are the stationary blades. Okay, and again this one is the moving blade. So these are the staging for velocity compounding. So the kinetic energy of steam jets, that we can write the kinetic energy is equals to half m dot s into v1 square is the kinetic energy at nozzle exit is partially converted to shaft work in the first row of moving blade with velocity decreases from v1 to v2. Thus, existing steam jets are then deflected by the stationary guide blades. These are the stationary guide blades to the next row of moving blade. Okay, where the part of the remaining kinetic energy, that is half of m dot s into v2 square, is converted to shaft work. So it is the two row Curtis or velocity staging having two row of moving blade with one row of guide blade in between. Okay, so in a three row Curtis stage, the two row stage is followed by a second row of guide blades and then a third row of moving blades. Okay, so the energy conversion from fluid to rotor takes place in three stages. The steam with high kinetic energy existing in the nozzle works on the first row of moving blades and gets deflected by the first row of guide blades. So works on the second row of moving blade and again gets deflected by the second row of guide blades and finally does work on the third row of moving blade. Okay, the velocity diagrams for the first row of moving blade and the second row of moving blades are shown in this figure. These are the first row of moving blade, this one is the second row of moving blades, and the blade friction factor, that is kb, the value of kb is equals to, that is VR2 by VR1 is equals to, once again, that is VR3 by V2 and is equals to VR4 by VR3. So this is the blade friction factor for two stage of velocity compounding, two staging. So the tangential thrust and the axial thrust, that can be written as, the tangential thrust and the axial thrust, that can be written as PT is equals to m dot s, the mass flow rate, into summation of del v omega. That means m dot s into del v omega 1 plus del v omega 2, because this one comes from the first velocity diagram and this one comes from the second velocity diagram. Okay, again the axial thrust PA, this can be written as, that is m dot s into summation of del VA. So that is equals to m dot s, the mass flow rate, into del VA1 plus del VA2. Again this del VA1 is comes from the first velocity diagram, the first stage of blades, and then del VA2 is comes from the second velocity diagram or second stage of moving blades. So the diagram work, that is W suffix D is equals to tangential thrust into the VB, the blade velocity. Okay, and the diagram efficiency will be equals to eta suffix D and that is equals to 2 into VB into summation of del V omega by V1 square. This is the diagram efficiency. So these are the formula that comes for velocity compounding, or for I have written this thing for two stage of compounding, or two stage of moving blades. Okay. So let's talk about the effectiveness of moving rows in Curtis staging. So first let us consider the two-row Curtis stage, and let assume for simplicity the symmetrical blading. That means V1 beta 1, as you can see in this figure. One second. As you can see in this figure, this is a two-row Curtis stage. That is, we are assuming that beta 1 equals to beta 2 and beta 3 equals to beta 4. The blade friction factor as unity, that means Kb equals to 1, and the axial discharge, that is delta, equals to the 90 degree. The velocity diagram for first and second row of moving blades can be combined into one diagram, that is here in this figure, is shown in this figure. The horizontal line AB, this A to B, okay, this A to B is equals to 4 into VB. VB is the blade velocity, this VB, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 into VB, and is drawn such that the AC is equals to CD is equals to DE is equals to EB. Okay, so that means AC is equals to CD is equals to DE is equals to EB is equals to AB by 4. Okay, we can write. So at A the perpendicular is drawn, and from B a line drawn making an angle alpha with AB. So this is alpha, which cuts the perpendicular points at F. Okay, this point. So FC, FD and FE are joined, and these are the directions of velocities as shown in this figure. So let's do the equation. So let's write the equation once again. So we can write, since the delta 1 is greater than 90, this is the delta 1 is greater than 90, delta 1 is greater than 90 degree. So we can write del V omega 1 is equals to V1 cos alpha plus V2 cos alpha 1. Okay, so we can write that is equals to 4VV plus 2VB is equals to 6VB. Okay, these are comes from this diagram. Okay, and the value, that is del V omega 2, the value del V omega 2 is equals to nothing but V3 cos alpha 1 minus V4 cos delta, and that is equals to 2VB. Okay, so the work done by the steam jet for first row of moving blade, the diagram of the work done of steam jet for first row of moving blade, that becomes, we know that the formula is W in D1, W suffix D1 is equals to m dot s, the mass flow rate, into del v omega 1 into vb. So that is equals to, by substituting the values, we get m dot s into 6 vb into vb, or we can write m dot s, or 6 m dot s into vb square. This is wd1, that is the diagram of work for first row of moving blade. So similarly, the diagram work for second row of moving blade is dw2. This is the diagram work for second row of moving blade, is equals to m dot s into del v omega 2 into vb. Okay, del v omega 2 into vb. So we can write m dot s into 2 vb into vb. So that is equals to 2 into m dot s into vb square. Okay, this is the diagram work for second row of moving blades. So thus the ratio of the two diagram works, that can be written as, that means dw1 is to dw2 is equals to 6 is to 2, or we can write that is equals to 3 is to 1. Okay, so this is the ratio of diagram work for two rows, for 2 row staging. Okay, in case of 3 row kurti stage, that can be written as, for 3 row kurti stage, this is for 2 row kurti stage, 2 row. In case of 3 row kurti stage, that can be written as, for 3 row kurti stage, that is dw1 is to dw2 is to dw3, and that is that will be equals to 5 is to 3 is to 1. 5 is to 3 is to 1. This is the ratio. Okay, so only 1/9 of the total work in the stage is done in the third row of moving blades. Therefore, as the number of rows of moving blade in kurti stage increases, the effectiveness of the later rows decreases. In conventional designs, only 2 rows of moving blades are used in a kurti stage. It is not justifiable for use more than 2 rows. Okay. So let's talk about the optimum velocity ratio for kurti stage. So let us again consider the 2 row stage having symmetrical blading with discharge not being axial. Okay, this is not an axial discharge, as shown in this figure. This is once again, this is V1, this is VR1, this is VR2, VR3, V3, V2, VR3, VR4, and this one is V4. Okay, and the two staging. So these are the blade velocity VB, these are the 4 blade velocity VB, and the symmetrical blading. So that's why beta 1 is equals to beta 2. This is alpha 1. This one is alpha. This is alpha, and this is beta 3 equals to beta 4, and this one is alpha 2. Okay, and this one is the delta 2. So let's start. So first of all, we have to find out the value of del v omega. So let's first let's find out the value of del v omega. So to find out the value of del v omega 1. So to find out the value of del v omega 1, that is equals to V1, this is del v omega 1, V1 cos alpha plus V2 cos alpha 1, that is equals to V1 cos alpha plus v1 cos alpha minus 2 vb. Okay, so that means we can write del v omega 1 is equals to 2 into v1 cos alpha, 2 into v1 cos alpha minus vb. This is del v omega 1. Now the value of del v omega 2. So del v omega 2, the value of del v omega 2, that is equals to v3 cos alpha 1 plus v4 cos alpha 2, and that is equals to v1 cos alpha minus 2 into vb plus v1 cos alpha minus 4 into vb. Okay, so the value of del v omega 2 is equals to 2 into v1 cos alpha minus 3 into vb. This is the value of del v omega 2. Okay, so this is the del v omega 1 and this one is the del v omega 2. So let's find out the summation of del v omega. So the summation of del v omega, del v omega is equals to del v omega 1 plus del v omega 2. We know that, so that is equals to 4 into v1 cos alpha minus 2 into vb, v1 cos alpha minus 2 into vb. So now the diagram work, will be equals to wd is equals to m dot s del v omega, the summation of del v omega into vb. Okay, this is the diagram work. And the diagram efficiency, will be equals to eta d is equals to 2 into vb into summation of del v omega by v1 square, 2 into vb into summation of del v omega by v1 square, 2 into vb summation of del v omega, sorry, this is del v omega, summation of del v omega by v1 square. So that is equals to 2 into vb into 4 v1 cos alpha minus 2 into vb by v1 square. Okay, so we can write 8 into vb square by v1 square into v1 cos alpha by vb minus 2. We can write the equation of eta d into this fashion. Okay, so the value of eta d, the diagram efficiency, is equals to now we are going to substitute the velocity ratio as vb by v1 equals to rho, the velocity ratio. So 8 into rho square into cos alpha by rho minus 2, or we can write 8 into rho cos alpha minus 2 rho square. Now to find out the maximum efficiency, we have to differentiate this diagram efficiency with respect to rho, and we have to equate this derivative with 0. So by differentiating this efficiency value with respect to rho, we get 8 cos alpha minus 4 into rho, and that is equals to 0. Okay, to find out the maximum efficiency. So the value of optimum rho, so by solving the equation, so the value of optimum rho, that will be equals to cos alpha by 4. This is the value of optimum rho. So this one is for two rows Kurti staging, for 2 row Kurti staging. Okay, now for 3 rows Kurti staging, the optimum value will be cos alpha by 6 for 3 rows Kurti stagings. Okay, that will be cos alpha by 6. Okay, now if we have the z rows of moving blade, so for z rows of moving blade, the optimum velocity ratio will be the cos alpha by 2z for z row of moving blades. 3 row of moving blade, 2 row of moving blade, 2 row of moving blade, 3 row of moving blade, and z row of moving blade. We get the optimum velocity ratio, rho optimum, is equals to cos alpha by 2 into z. Okay, so now if z equals to 1, if we can write, that is if z equals to 1, so we get a simple impulse stage. That means the optimum velocity ratio, that is cos alpha by 2. Okay, this is for a single row. This is for a single row or single row moving blade or simple impulse stage. This one is for simple impulse stage, and if z equals to 2, we get the 2 stage Kurti staging. So we are discussing this situation for 2 row moving blades. So we get take the value of z is equal to 2. So the velocity ratio equals to Vb by V1 is equals to cos alpha by 4. Okay, so we can write Vb is equals to half of cos alpha by 2 into V1. Okay, so we can write this thing, the value of Vb. So now therefore in a 2 row Kurti stage, the blade velocity is half of the value for a single stage turbine. For a certain dm, the mean dia, and capital N, the rpm speed, gets halved. So we get the maximum efficiency, the value of maximum efficiency, that is eta d max. Eta d max is equals to 8 into cos square alpha by 4 minus cos square alpha by 8 is equals to cos square alpha. This is for 2 rows Kurti staging, 2 rows moving blade. We get the maximum efficiency equals to cos square alpha. So this holds good for the conditions as specified before. So that is, there is no friction and the blades are symmetrical, the discharge is axial. The same efficiency, that is cos square alpha, was also obtained for symmetrical and frictionless simple impulse blading. However, had friction been taken into account, the blading efficiency of Kurti stage would have been considerably lower than the efficiency of a simple impulse blading. Okay, and the steam velocity, the exit velocity from nozzle, that is V1 value, becomes, that is 4 VB by cos alpha. So the we can write that is 44.72 into delta H, for C stands for Kurti staging, to the power half, and that is equals to delta H, the stage enthalpy for Kurti staging, is equals to 16 VB square, 16 VB square by 44.72 cos alpha, 44.72 cos alpha whole square. So this is the value of stage enthalpy drop for Kurti staging, that is 16 VB square by 44.72 cos alpha whole square. So in this lecture we have learned about the velocity compounding, the pressure compounding, the optimum velocity ratio for Kurti stage, the effectiveness of moving rods in Kurti stage, this kind of things. So in next lecture we will learn the details of reaction turbine. Okay, thank you.